Good evening. I'm calling the meeting to order. Has everyone had a chance to look over the agenda?
Yes.
Motion to approve.
A second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The agenda is passed. Has everyone looked over the minutes from the last meeting?
Yes.
Have you had a chance to look them over?
Motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
They are approved. And so let's move on to our director's report, parks update.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How are we doing tonight? So just a little bit about what we've been doing the last couple of months, and even more specifically, maybe the last month is obviously, hopefully you've noticed some of the decorations around the city. That's been a big push by us over the last couple of weeks. Our pole decorations are up. We've got them all up. Are they all working? Not yet. We have to go out at night and adjust maybe some timers, maybe some receptacles are bad, and fix those things. Hopefully you'll see staff doing that in the near future. We were out today doing it. We are looking to grow a little bit last year. If you were paying attention, we had done some work on 17 at what we call the interchange area. We had put a couple of ornaments out there last year. You'll see us take another step hopefully this year. And whether you're driving down 17 north or south towards Western, or even on the bypass, you'll be able to see those decorations. Those made a little bit of a hit last year. We actually got some phone calls in. We got some nice cards from some of the residents in Jacksonville that really thought that was kind of neat. You know, we're all, obviously, we're working down at Riverwalk, and we do put a lot of emphasis on the downtown area, and rightfully so. That's a very popular park, and it's where our Christmas tree is, but we're trying to spread our wings a little bit around the city and maybe get some other areas a little more dolled up. If you've been around, getting away from the Christmas lights, one last thing before I do, pole decorations. We've put over 250 pole decorations up around the city. That is, again, these are 6-foot ornaments. They don't look 6 foot on the pole, but trust me, they are. Can't say enough good about the park staff and the work and the effort they do to put those up. That's not an easy job, and it is a bit of a planned job. You have to literally have a map to do this to be efficient in doing it, or we'd be running around like chickens with our head cut off, which sometimes we're doing anyway. If you've been to some of the parks in the last couple of weeks or month, you might have noticed some upgrades we've done over at the Commons. We've just finished putting up a vinyl white fence. We had a traditional split rail fence at the Jacksonville Commons, but now we've put up a white vinyl fence out there that matches what we have had at Wilson Bay for about a year or two. We also did that at Woodlands Park, and so hopefully you like that. That's a little bit different look, and I think we have that also at Jack Amyette. So it's a little bit different look. I think it kind of spruces up the park a little bit. And, you know, as time goes by, those looks get a little stale, and we do things hopefully like this to give us a little bit different pop in those areas. The last thing I wanted to talk to you about, and obviously I'm a little bit like you, Yolanda, I've got a little throat issue working, so I'm going to try and be as brief as possible, but the marina, the work at the marina for the canopies, shelters, and the restrooms, and those sort of things down there, which the marina, if you're not aware, is that area that is down at the end of LP Willingham, across from Kerr Street, right across from actually from the playground. Work for that has started, so hopefully within the next, hopefully sometime in the middle of December, that project will be completed, which is a pretty big deal. And the last thing, and I know this is important to all of us in here, and hopefully anybody watching, we have been working with the engineering department and doing all the landscaping for New Bridge Street for the streetscape. So we're coming behind the contractor as the contractor moves. Trust me, we're right behind them putting the plants in. We don't want that project to not get done because of us, so we're kind of following them as we go, and just be aware of that. That's our report for parks.
Thank you. Does anyone have questions?
All right, so my turn. Just a couple of updates. I wanted to report out that we did submit our trail grant. I think I mentioned to you and got your support for a trail grant for Northeast Creek Park. They extended the deadline on that, but we submitted that, so when we find out about that, we will certainly let you know. We also submitted another grant for the Arts Council grant. It is a grassroots, North Carolina grassroots, and we submitted that grant and we got that grant at $20,000. So it does help us provide some entertainment, some cultural awareness programs. It helps us with basically, supplementing some of our activities and programs that we have. So very happy we got that, and council should be making a motion to let me accept that grant update for next council meeting. A couple of programmatic items. Our basketball season is upon us and went really well. Registration filled up all of our leagues for the most part, all of our ages, with some wait list on a couple of those kids' ages. But everything has started. Practices have started last week, and they're under full swing. We'll take a break for the holiday, but then we'll be right back at it. So they'll practice through the month of December, and then right after the New Year, they will start with games. Also, registration for the pickleball tournament opened today. It's extremely popular. It'll be in the February-March timeline, yes. But that opened up today to give everybody plenty of time to get registered for the pickleball tournament. And we've expanded hours on pickleball, so we're offering pickleball at both Jack Amiette and at the Commons several days out of the week, as well as Saturdays, as well as family opportunities in the evenings. So yes, we're glad to be able to offer pickleball at our facility, so we're happy to do that. A couple of things coming up are obviously, I think everybody has a flyer, and hopefully no surprise to you. We have Winterfest, that's a big one. Yay for us, December 7th. That is the downtown activities on the 7th, but we do kick off the weekend, that Friday night at the Commons with the Artisan Market. We were very pleased to get some support from the Jacksonville Tourism Authority, and we have some added advertising, so you might hear a radio spot, you might see some added social media, but we are thrilled that weekend. We have all the great activities downtown on that Saturday, snow skating, the hay rides. We couldn't do it without the help of Michael and his guys, but it's a full day downtown. And I will say that there is a shuttle that will run between the Commons and downtown. It's really it's key. It makes life so much easier. So we've gotten some really nice feedback on that. I think people are just realizing it. You can do some really nice shopping at the Artisan Market and then go downtown. So we're just looking forward to that weekend, and hopefully weather will be on our side, not too warm and not too cold and not too wet. I'll take a perfect 55 if anybody can make that happen for us. Other than that, we have also the next following Saturday is our adult senior banquet is on Saturday. It's a great event that we provide for our registered participants, and it's just a great fellowship event. So that'll be on the 14th. And then the following week, we have Breakfast with Santa for our toddlers and our families, and so that's also getting some great traction. So we have a lot going on, lots of other things in our after-school programs and all the fun holiday stuff, but we're just excited to get through the holiday season and kick off all the good things in January and go from there. And then I'll save my one city moment for a nice follow-up from an event we had in November. So any questions on anything I might have mentioned? Kind of went.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm sorry. I feel like I'm dying over here. That's from our wonderful holiday parade.
Yeah.
Before we move on, I do want to say thank you so much for everything you did for veterans, the Veterans Salute. It was fantastic.
Great. Thank you. You'll see
The
some
concert
pictures
was
here.
again wonderful. Everything was good.
Thank you so much. Appreciate the feedback.
Okay, we don't have the council liaison report tonight, nor do we have our planning advisory board report. The holidays are upon us. I know everybody's out of town. So let's go to our parks report. Northeast Creek.
It looks good. Took the dog all around yesterday, so we got to see the whole thing. The playground, even though it gets dark really early, I mean, there are plenty of people there at 7 o'clock at night trying to wear their kids out so they can sleep well. It surprises me. You go there, we're walking the dog, and it's like, playground still got, a dozen kids there with their parents.
That's great.
Yeah, they show up all hours. It's amazing. But everything looks good there. The grass is still getting cut. So, and it's getting used. Lots of people out there playing disc golf. I mean, like, even in the dark, we'll be walking the dog and like you can barely see and you'll see somebody over there throwing frisbees.
More challenging.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Man, they're wearing shorts and it was like freezing cold.
Yeah.
So, but it looks good.
Thank you. Thank you. Any questions? Scott.
For Wilson Bay, everything looks good. Still loving the little kids' new playground there. Thanks for explaining the white vinyl, because I saw a panel was down. I was like, I don't know if that's the parks or the neighbors. And it was back up a couple days later, so everything looks good there. And then for Woodlands Park, everything's good.
Thank you.
And I'm next with Northwoods Park. Northwoods look great. Those holes that needed to be filled in on the play area, those have been filled in. They look fantastic. Brook Valley, the park looks fantastic. There was one little issue in the parking lot. It looks like some of the asphalt, I don't know if it was a pothole that got filled in, but it kind of like, I don't know, it's all over, it was spread out. And it looks like it, there's big chunks, so it could hurt a car, it could hurt a kid.
Or time.
Yeah, or time, exactly. But that was the only issue, was the parking lot. Besides that, everything looks good. Lori.
All right, Richard Ray looked great, no issues there going on. I noticed yesterday the basketball net at Jack Emiette, there's one of them, if you're looking at the court, onto the second net over. They might have changed it today, but other than that, looks good. I do have a comment on Jack Emiette. I've noticed twice now that whenever they rent the park out, I think that they're renting it out, they're like driving up on, yeah, I noticed it twice.
Where?
If you're looking at it from the road where the park is, the play area, it's by that tree. It's like they have like their trailer back there. You're cooking food. Right?
Are they in the grass?
Yeah, in the grass area. I guess they're removing
Inside the fence line?
Yeah, getting up in there.
When
I
was
stopped to look, and they were saying
Do you know when it was?
It was 2-3 Saturdays ago.
The value in us knowing when it was, if they
Right.
reserve the park, we can call them up.
We don't reserve the park.
So-
We actually don't reserve the park.
There goes the value.
I'll take a picture of it next time I see it, but I think it was last month in October that I saw it.
Really?
Just
Yeah, no, we
twice
would,
I've seen it. I'm like,
we would greatly appreciate that, because we don't reserve that part. We don't have a shelter there for one, so we really don't have anything to reserve.
I thought it was odd because it was.
We've had people reserve the building, but that doesn't mean that they can
Yeah,
pull
it's-
right up and do that either. But we don't actually have a whole lot of rentals. We're not really out there reserving the building very much either at all. So they're definitely taking it upon their own liberty to park and go up there. So
Well,
we do need to address that.
And this is, thank you for bringing that up. First thing we need to talk about is not just to the people in this room, but anybody watching, is when we have problems like that in the park, it's great to call us, but at the end of the day, who should you really be calling?
The police.
Please call a non-emergency police line.
Yeah.
That's the avenue really to take, because to be honest with you, our park employees, Susan's recreation staff, we don't need to go out there and resolve that with them. Nothing good can come of that. Police department, they're trained at this. This is what they do. They'll go out there and, they'll work it out, and I'm sure they'll move the trailer or whatever it is they're doing, and that's just our best avenue. So not just this instance, but if other people see people doing something in the park that they think maybe isn't right or they're uncomfortable with, please reach out to the non-emergency line and go from there.
Did not know we didn't rent out Jack Emmy at the Clark area. Okay.
We rent out shelters.
Right, okay.
And so if you'll recall, we don't have a shelter there. We really don't
Right,
have.
okay.
We have a picnic
Yeah, we
bench.
really don't rent the space,
Right.
the playground.
We don't really rent the playground.
They said it was a private party, so I was like,
It is a private party for them, obviously, but it is not technically private because it's open public and it is, so.
all right. That's the only thing.
That's good to know though. Thanks for letting us know.
Yes.
Mr. Springer.
Mr. Spring's not here. Mr. Ross.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ross. I meant Mr. Ross.
Yeah, Wooden Park was fine, bathrooms, all the structures, they put these springs on the little toys that you get on and ride and spring back and forth. Thought they did a really good job with that. Fire ants are still a problem, but not near as bad. I mean, it's obviously winter's coming, but you can see where the staff had put stuff down, and it really calmed that area down.
Good.
But you do a really good job. I notice when we say something to y'all that something might not be right, it get fixed almost right away.
Well, and we really appreciate you reaching out to us. I know there's times that Steve sends me text messages or emails or anything. It's actually a good thing to do that. We can be responsive to those sorts of things, and I'd like to think we're pretty responsive. If you send something, we're pretty responsive to that, and we're going to be. And feel free to do that. It helps us, actually. It truly does.
That's it. It's really, you can tell the park's been well taken care of. Y'all do a good job.
Thank you, Mr. Ross. And that brings us to our one city moment.
Me again. One city moment, I just wanted to highlight, we had a great event a few weeks ago now. There we go. This is our Red, White, and Salute. It's part of the TDA's initiative for Veterans Tribute Weekend. We kick off on Friday night with lots of great entertainment. We knew this year were Veterans Lane, which were some craft vendors. We solicited some of our veteran-owned companies, and so that was a nice addition. We're hoping to add on to that. Obviously, then we have some military displays. We have the beverage garden, axe throwing. New this year was also a mechanical bull. So we really are just trying to, target that demographic on a Friday night and just appeal to all ages and, have a nice, well-rounded night. So the band is great, 20 Ride. They're returning from last year. And then we finished off the night after them with a laser light show. So it's a nice packed Friday night. Thank you for those of you who came. I saw several of you. So if you have any feedback for us, any thoughts on what you'd like to see next year, we welcome any thoughts or any feedback for any of you that come. But yeah.
I really enjoyed it. That band was good. Been to a few. I think they stayed there for about 3 hours.
They did.
Straight
They had a
through.
solid set.
I was pretty impressed. No, you were impressed. That was good.
I was right behind Mr. Ross, but didn't see me.
They were really good. Good crowd. The show, laser show, went on past my bedtime, but it was good. And so a good time was had by all, food trucks, everything. So great event.
It was
Very enjoyable.
We ended up with a really nice evening. It was a beautiful evening too.
So perfect.
And your food vendors were great. I hope that they were happy because they seemed very busy.
They had a good night. They did. I think everybody was really pleased with it. All the vendors were.
And we took a walk down to the Lejeune Memorial Garden where they had the walk of valor. Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
The Walk of Valor.
Yeah.
It was very nice. Very well done. And there were a lot of people there when we were there. We went on the Marine Corps birthday.
Oh, fantastic.
And there were a lot of people down there. It was wonderful to see.
Fantastic. Yeah, so that's it for our One City Moment. Obviously, on our next meeting, hopefully you'll have already heard about Winterfest, but I'm sure I'll be sure to show some pictures of that as well. Feel free to come out to Winterfest. If you are there and you happen to be there for the tree lighting ceremony, let us know, and we'll certainly give you some shout out because we do want to recognize our folks, but it is dark, so don't assume I see you because it's dark. But yeah, we appreciate your support for sure. Thank you.
If you've never had the opportunity to come to Winterfest, take the time.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's a cool
That's
event.
great.
Thank you.
Great. Do we have any questions? Do we have a motion?
Motion to adjourn?
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
So we are adjourned until January 27th will be our next meeting, January 27th, 2025.
2025.
So until then, happy Thanksgiving,
And
Merry Christmas,
Oh,
Happy New Year.
All of
We'll
it.
see all of you, your bright shining faces in January.
Yes, thank you, thank you.